Welcome back to Isimo. We're here at Studio M in downtown Los Angeles. As you may know, it is our friend Melvin Studios. It is our friend Melvin Diaz's studio. Show him some love on Instagram at Studio M_DTLA. Unfortunately, we had a guest drop out on us today. Last minute, it happens. We understand. So Melvin thankfully stepped in and, took the fucking reins by the horns, dude. And we have more of a laid back episode this week. It's a great episode and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Haha. Hello and welcome back to Isimo Podcast.
It's my podcast.
My name is Gerardo Alarcon.
My name is Dominic Angel.
My name is Ryan Reyes.
And we are joined again by the fourth Beatle. No, it's the fifth one, huh?
Yeah, the fifth Beatle.
Okay, the fifth Beatle.
The Green Power Ranger.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
You're not Tommy.
Yeah, you're not Tommy, bro.
I would be fucking Tommy out of any of us, all right?
Don't scream into my mic.
No. I'm being serious right now, dude. I've been pushed around far too long with you guys all morning.
Yeah, we just did a Patreon episode with Melvin, and, we didn't hold any punches.
You seem more like a Billy.
Who's Billy? Which fucking
He's the Blue Ranger.
Oh, the Blue Ranger. Is that offensive?
He's the nerdy
blonde.
one that gets beat up at the
Let's be honest. If you're one of these people, you're a fucking Power Ranger, dude.
I liked the Blue Ranger when I was a kid.
There you go.
I was the gold, the white and black and gold one, dude.
The cop?
Tommy.
Yeah.
You were the cop?
I was the cock?
No,
the cop
Tommy
ranger?
goes from green to white.
Yeah.
Melvin!
Cheers, babies.
If you guys don't know already, we have a Patreon. For $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. Also, episodes of Go Hard or Al Capone, my solo podcast.
I'm sorry, I have to
Say
burp.
it!
I'm so sorry. You pointed at me and I had to burp. Autistic Mic Drop with Ryan Reyes.
And Sincerity is Everything with Dominic Angel.
Which are all solo podcasts for all three of us. And for $5 a month, you get access to our Discord, which is a hot topic conversational place where you go talk to us personally. Is that a good way to sell it? And then also for $20 a month, you become a producer of the podcast, and you get a shout out just like this. Nat Milo, Alex Knotts, Alex Zemil, Amanda Oliveira, Amanda Pinetto, Angie Mora, Aparni Rani, Chacaron, Chris Lozano. That's a new one, right, guys?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome. Chris. Christian Alvarado, David Cerato, Eddie Bravo, Gabby Ferris, Hector Cruz, Ian Anderson, Imperium Sloth, Isai Facio, Izzy Sandoval, Jared Dean, Kareem, Cassandra Murrow, Laisha Ashley, Daria, Michael Zuniga, My Little Jabroni, My Little what? You know what I'm saying? Osvaldo Silva, shout out Osvaldo for this sign back here.
Hell yeah.
It's dope.
Sick ass word.
AKA Ozzy, Nia Town, Pedro, Rafael Flores, Rosa Alarcon, my mother, Rosie Flores, Rowan Está Muerto, Susana Guzman, Susana Priego, and ZL Tino. Hashtag where is Nicholas Moreno, dude?
He's on the out, man.
He's on the out and out, dog.
We're going to start a search party.
That fool is off the grid, fool. You know what I mean?
We're going to start another Patreon tier, and it's going to be the search party to find
Nicholas Moreno.
Nicholas Moreno.
But yeah, check out our Patreon if you'll do yourself a favor. And also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like the video if you like us as people. And we understand if there's less likes because, somebody here. Also, rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We just hit 700 reviews, and we're around like 280 on Apple. So
yeah, just don't hold us accountable for whatever some people say on the...
Yeah, whoever, other people that are with us today.
You guys got something to say to me? You guys got something to say to me? Because I feel like you guys have something to say to me.
Well, we're getting a lot of hate.
Yeah.
For your pupusa comments.
Oh, no. Correction. I've been getting a lot of love. You guys have been getting a lot of hate, dude.
Dude, it's so funny because you said that Mexicans make pupusas and people get mad at us. No, people get mad at you when people were like, oh no, Mexicans make gorditas. And then people respond to those comments mad at you like you said that pupusas and gorditas are the same thing.
They're fucking idiots, bro. I know what a pupusa and what a gordita is, bro. I'm Latino, bro. I know the difference. All right, I'm not confusing the two. I live in Los Angeles. There are Mexican restaurants that sell pupusas.
Yeah.
They call Mexican pupusas. All right?
Is that what it says on the menu?
I got into a fist fight with Gerardo's uncle earlier this morning, okay? That's why my knuckles are swollen, bro.
You can see that on the Patreon.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy, dude. Very cute, very handsome. It broke my heart having to punch him.
Yeah, my uncle had some rude things to say about you.
Very racial slurs, gender slurs.
Okay, he definitely said racial slurs, but not gender. Come on.
He gets Salvador. What did he say?
Salvadoranian.
Salvadoranian. You can't call me Salvadoranian. Bro, if those aren't fighting words, I don't know what is. I can't shake the man's hand after being called Salvadoranian.
Yeah.
Like a Pomeranian fucking dog. All right, Salvadorian. Oh, man, I'm coming in hot, dude.
You're a spicy banana, dude. Isn't that what Guatemalans are known for?
No, dude.
Jesus,
Spicy
sorry.
banana?
Spicy banana?
Yeah.
First of all, they eat plantain.
First of all, fuck you, dude. Second of all, fuck you. And third of all, Ryan, dude, I appreciate you being here, man. This is fucking...
Who didn't have
You're platanos, right?
Yeah.
They're not spicy, I don't think.
No, I'm not a fan of them.
You're not a fan of platanos?
What about with cream? Like a nice cream, like a Salvadorian cream.
Yeah, that's
really
what.
good. Yeah,
The platanos from.
This dude loves milk, dude.
Dude, this dude loves milk, bro. What the
Mi buen gusto. What is it? Buen gusto?
Buen gusto. I love that fucking restaurant.
Yeah, in Pomona.
You have one in Pomona. There's two by where I used to live.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they have the best pupusas I've ever had.
Yeah.
But and they have like platanos and everything.
Yeah. So me and my girlfriend.
Why were you looking at me like that?
Because it's hot in here.
It is.
Well, I brought this big
You have a
ass
nice
sweater.
sweater,
Oh yeah, you have.
It's
I
very
wanted
nice,
to
though.
look nice today.
I think it's worth it.
But because this weekend was cool, but then there was a heat wave. There's a heat wave happening.
And the AC's off, so too,
Yeah.
Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Buen Gusto. We go to get 2 pupusas each. I bought you guys pupusas once. Remember that?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
Dude,
good.
I'm so glad that you know that place. It's like one of my favorite places ever.
Buen Gusto. My white ex-boss told me about it.
Wow. I recently moved, and like the only thing that I was upset about is that I'm no longer going to be close to Buen Gusto.
Yeah.
Well, it's officially called El Amoroso, but it's the same. So
Oh, okay, got you. It's like Silete Lindo and Juanitas. It's the same.
Yeah. Because like the mother got into a fight with the daughter, and then now the daughter owns one, and the mother owns the other. Yeah.
Dang.
Bonkers.
Yeah, I don't know who owns the Pomona one. Probably one of them.
Speaking of where you grew up, dude, today's episode will be about our childhoods, dude.
Yes.
We'll try to stay away from any high school talk because we do that a lot.
I'll try to not cry.
But we haven't heard about your high school experience, so I'm willing to hear about that.
My high school experience was cool, dude. I was.
Do you ever like ponder on it a lot and be like, "Damn, I was the shit"? You know what I mean?
I don't ever want to hear about the high school experience from a person that's 6'5". Yeah, it was like a breeze for me, dude.
Yeah.
Get it? 'Cause
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's pretty fucking cool. I was like the type of guy that was just cool with everybody, but I never really truly like. Bro, it sounds corny. I never really truly fit in, but I knew everyone.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of the situation,
Yeah.
and it was cool. Like I was driving a big truck when I was 16, and then I sold it to get my current Mustang, and I was literally a senior in high school with a top-down Mustang, 6'5", really good at basketball. I can't complain, dude. Tom is fucking staring daggers at me.
I'm listening intently.
Tom is like,
So life is awesome.
yeah, that was cool. It was really cool. I've told you this before. I used to like getting into a lot of fights, but mostly due to basketball and football and all that stuff, and like people who just wanted to like prove themselves.
Yeah,
and they would like that. I have this joke where it's just like, I hate when people are like, when you go to jail, find the biggest guy and just punch him right in the fucking mouth. And it's like, no one ever thinks about the biggest guy in jail, like how he's in constant fear of like always getting like picked on and shit like that. And that's kind of how at 9 times out of 10 it was a breeze, but every now and then I would have to just like put this food down and like just get messy, dude. And I didn't, sometimes I liked it, sometimes I didn't like it.
Did you guys get in a lot of fights growing up? You and Ryan?
No? People like me.
Not in high school.
People liked you?
I got in like 2 fights in middle school.
Did you really?
Yeah, but it was like hard for kids to fight me because I was a big, like a chubby kid, and I knew how to like control my weight so I couldn't be knocked over. Like there was this one
I
kid.
picture getting in a fight with Ryan and he's just like looking for the stance and he's getting punched and he's like
He's absorbing all the blows.
I think I told this story already before, but
You
there was.
don't realize you're only making me more powerful.
It's not fight, it's power.
Yeah, can you pull the mic a little closer to you?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to. How's this?
Yeah.
There was this kid in middle school, Johnny Draper, which sounds like a weird comic book.
Damn, that sounds
bully.
like a villain, dude.
This is like a
Johnny
comic
Draper.
book, like
Like he wears a cape.
like a Archie bully.
Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker, yeah.
But so he would hide behind, not in the bushes, but like there's these large bushes near the where the band room was. He'd hide behind them, and when a kid got close enough, he'd grab them by their backpack and start spinning until they fell to the floor. And he'd try to jack their backpack.
Yeah.
Me and him were the exact same height and like the exact same size, so there was equilibrium. So he'd grab me and try to spin, and I would just let my weight carry me and make sure I had stable footing. And he
Yeah.
like tripped on himself. And he like tried to flip it a Proctor sauce, and he was like, "Did you see what he just did?" And she's like, I've been watching." Like, no, fucking dumbass. Like, I saw you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like right before I sorry, this is
Oh, you
mosquito.
caught
I
it.
caught it, yeah.
Damn. Go wash your hands, yeah?
No, but right before I entered high school, it was the first time I ever got my ass beat. It was like by someone. He was like, I think I was like 12 or 13, and these kids were like 17, 18, 19 years old. And I remember we were playing basketball, and this girl came up to talk to me. And she was just like, "You're really tall. Like, well, where have I seen you before?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to so-and-so high school." Da, 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 da. And this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing talking to her, dog?"
Oh, my God.
And I was like, "What do you mean? She came to come talk to me?" He's like, no, fool. What's up? Where you from? Like,
Yeah.
what's up? He started pressing me. And like at the time, like I knew that they were significantly older than me. They had facial hair and everything. So I was like, "Well, why don't you go ahead and suck my fucking dick then?" And they hit me really hard in the face. And like, it was like 3 of them, dog. It was like 3 of them. They beat my fucking ass. And I just remember being like, it was like, fuck, man. All 3 of these guys are bigger and stronger than me. And I remember going home and just being in my room, just like fuck, man, like just when you like
Yeah.
you're like pacing back and forth and shit like that. And I look out my window and I see Michael Jackson's funeral, because I lived right next to the Forest Lawn Cemetery.
Oh, okay.
And it was like really private. They didn't let any cameras. Like you just see the helicopters. And I lived on a hill, so I oversaw it. And I just remember being like, damn, like this is Michael Jackson's funeral. Like this is the closest, I've ever been to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
Like someone that I grew up like I loved Michael. I still to this day love Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, like this is, and it just made me realize, like, dude, like life is like, it's short, dude. It's
Life
too
is
short.
a box of chocolates, dude.
And that was the fucking last time I ever got my ass beat. And it will be the last time I ever got my ass beat.
I'm looking in the man in the mirror.
The man in the
Bro,
coffin.
I remember taking photos with my digital camera, and I was like, dude, I could probably sell these.
Yeah.
As like a 13-year-old. I didn't even have an email address at the time.
Dang.
You probably could have. People were all over that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like the Kardashians before the Kardashians, homie.
Dog, that's
I can't wait till there's
Jackson.
a punk band called Dead Kardashians, dude.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Like the Dead Kennedys?
Yeah. All right, so I got in a lot of fights. I usually got my ass kicked, though, in fights in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you grow up? You grew up in Frogtown? No.
No, I grew up in...
I love accusing people of growing up in Frogtown.
Yeah, don't do that anymore. I grew up in like different parts, like South Central, but most of my life was in Glassell Park.
Okay, Glassell Park, yeah. And you guys grew up in Baldwin Park, right?
Well, we went to school in Baldwin Park, but we moved around a lot. So it's kind of like we mostly grew up, honestly, in the IE, but we moved back from like between the IE and SGV. Like,
Yeah, that's fucking lame. I'm just kidding, really big.
yeah. So it was always, it's weird because it's like for most of I mean, we had friends obviously, but it was still just like us as a unit for the most part, because like at any moment, like we would just move.
Yeah.
But we like fought really hard with our mom to like stay in school, so at least like we could have the same friends. But that was kind of tough because it was like none of my friends wanted to come to fucking, or at least like their parents didn't want to take them to fucking the Inland Empire to hang out with us.
Yeah. Like I don't know where I heard this from, but you know the whole adage that like you don't remember your last day of school, you know, like you don't remember your last day in the playground kind of thing, you know, right?
I do, but I'm autistic.
Go for it.
Oh, no, I was just making a comment. Like I remember all my last days. What?
Well, what is it?
Yeah, fool.
My last day of school?
Yeah, last day of 6th grade.
Last day of 6th grade?
I remember that clearly.
What teacher did I have that year? I remember this kid.
Maybe I'm autistic.
I think this kid's mom like tried to make him make friends with me because he put his phone number and like new address in my yearbook, and I'm like, I'm not gonna come see you. You moving to Fontana? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like this was like before we started moving. It was 6th grade, so I think we were living in BP at the time.
I don't. Yeah, we're living in.
But he moved like where you live, and I was like, I'm not going that far.
Oh,
you just see some guy like I barely talked. We sat next to each other all year, and that's why like his mom wanted us to be friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. We have nothing in common.
It's funny because 2 years before that, we lived in Fontana, and nobody wanted to come to see us.
Yeah.
And then when we moved back, we were like, fuck all of you out there.
Yeah, I remember my last day of 8th grade, and I think I've talked about it before, maybe on a different podcast, but there was this girl, Jasmine Garcia, and I went to school with her from like 1st grade till 8th grade. And I remember walking up to her and being like, hey, you want to sign my yearbook? And she was like, meanest eye roll of all time, dude. Like what this fool does when he sees me.
Come on, dude. I love you.
Eye roll. And she was like, yeah, sure. And then she's like, what was your name again? And then I was like, ooh.
That...
And it fits now because she works at as a barista at Starbucks. So
nice. That's why they always misspell your name.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember my last day of 6th grade. There was this girl that I was like really close friends with, and then I was like, I kind of like her, but there's no way I can tell her. Like I'm in 6th grade, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but she was going to a different middle school than I was going to, and I just remember like. The last day of school, like it hit me, like, holy shit, I'm not gonna see this girl probably ever again.
Yeah,
because at that time there was no social media. I barely had like a brick phone, you know what I mean? Those big brick phones, like, and I was like, I'm probably never gonna see her again. And it got me really emotional. I was just like, I'm gonna miss her. And I remember telling her like, I'm gonna miss you, like, and I think I like you. And she was so sweet. She was so sweet, like. Even looking back at it now, like for like a little 6th grade girl to have like that, to be that kind and caring to little 6th grade Melvin, like I couldn't have asked for a better reaction. Like she was just so sweet and she was so nice. And shout out, her name was Princess.
I met a princess in 7th grade.
Yeah. Is your life like the Wonder Years?
dude. Yeah, her name was fucking Princess, dude. She was yeah, and she was. I still remember her kindness till this day.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
So it's like the opposite of you.
Yeah. No, Jasmine definitely got a big head, dude. Yeah. She had a big old head, and physically, and like figuratively,
ego wise.
Yeah. What did you say?
Did you guys ever have friends like obvious? Like, do you remember like friends that like drifted away? Like,
yes.
So when I was in like 2nd and 3rd grade. I had a teacher named Ms. Britsu, and so she taught like 2nd and 3rd grade. Her class was like split 2nd and 3rd grade. So I had her, and so when I was in 3rd grade, my best friend was this kid named Andy, and Andy he was a year younger. He was in 2nd grade, and we used to do fucking everything together. We were like one of those like going to each other's houses all the time, hanging out, playing video games and stuff. And then I remember, so like the way that the school worked, they had like the upper grade playground and then the lower grade playground. And so like the lower grades was up to 3rd grade, and then you would go on to like the other side. So then you had separate lunches, whatever. And it was crazy because I remember like the last day of school in 3rd grade, my mom rented like a limo because that year there was like a fundraiser where the like one of the prizes was a limo lunch, and everybody was like excited about it, but I didn't win. So like my mom was like got parents like pitch in and rent like a limo for the last day of school. And literally, like, we just went to like Shakey's or something.
Dude, that is awesome that she did that. Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. But what was crazy was like she dropped me off. I got dropped off at Andy's house, and then it was the summer, so it was so fucking hot. I fell asleep on their couch in their living room, like I just like knocked out and fell asleep. And then when I woke up, like my mom was ready to pick me up, and I was like, ugh. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later. Never spoke to Andy again.
Damn.
Wow.
That's funny that you asked, like, what was the question?
About like drifting apart.
Drifting apart. That sounds like you guys got torn apart, Doug.
It was crazy. I was like, oh, I'll see you later. That was the last day of school, and then literally didn't talk to him the summer. Didn't.
You ever like? This is more for high school. I know we're not trying to, but did you ever know that someone was trying not to talk to you ever again?
Yeah.
Like I remember.
Garcia.
One kid signed my yearbook and they were like, I hope the years are good to you. And I'm like, the fuck? We live on the same street. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. And he's like, I'll see you in 10 years, bud. What's happening right now?
What's happening?
We're not even that close of friends, but this still hurts a little bit.
Tell me to my face.
When I left high school, I was such a snob about like talking to people from high school. Like, I don't want to have like high school friends or like high school people or whatever. And then now I don't talk to anybody from high school. I'm like all sad about it. Like, because I see like there are certain people that I've had that have friendships from high school or from like obviously even younger. But I'm like, damn, that like, what a fucking idiot to want to be too cool to be from your hometown or whatever.
Yeah. No, I have a few friendships that are from high school, actually. And I even have one from middle school. But, I always found out, like you say, drift away. Like I always found like every couple of years.
It was funny how Ryan said tight. And then he was there looking for something else to talk about.
every couple of years, like I like I'm in like in a different situation in my life, and like not only situation but like people around me as well. And I never do it on purpose, but I always like find myself like being in like a different cycle, a different era, a different chapter.
Yep, I totally agree with that. Or what is it called? Relate with that.
Yeah.
Tight.
Next question. I see what you're saying. Next question.
Nah, for sure. Drifting away from people in school, there was this guy, Danny Brown, and his name, we call him Dante.
He became a rapper?
No,
just kidding.
I think it might have been Johnny Brown or Danny Brown, but I'm pretty sure it was Danny Brown because we called him Dante. And I remember one day in 8th grade, why do I remember 8th grade so much, dude?
It's traumatic for you.
Formative years.
The formative years. Me and him were really good friends, and we would hang out at lunch together all the time. And he was really only my other friend, like him and Gerald, right? Two black dudes, Dante and Gerald.
Gerald and Gerardo?
Yeah, Gerald and Gerardo.
It's cute.
And Gerald, it reminded me of like an old black man. Like he just talked that way, and he had glasses, and he was taller and kind of wrinkly. You know, I'm like, how are you?
We just
He wasn't a janitor, like.
Yeah, he taught math for some reason. He taught math.
But I remember one day, me and Dante were really good friends. I remember one day Dante came up to me, and I was like, "What's up, Dante?" You know, and then he was like, "Hey, let's go into the restroom. Well, let's fucking fight, dude.
What the fuck?"
Yeah. And I remember that moment where I was like, "I'm not gonna fight you, dog." You know, and it was like really sad for me because I was like, I thought we were friends, kind of thing. And there was a proctor or chaperone, whatever you want to call them, the
Proctors.
Proctors, yeah. He was right there, and he goes, he was saying like, you guys got to stop, you break it up, like we were fighting. But he just came up to me and asked me to go fight him in the restroom. And then after that, I never talked to him again. Dante was a wild character, though, dude. You know?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's where I get my go hardness from.
Do you think he was like? Because I know, there was like a. It was years after the movie, so that's why it was weird for me. But there was like a short minute where kids were trying to start fight clubs at school.
Yeah, see,
you ever go through that?
Yes, yeah. I have a very funny story about fight clubs. I told it on the other podcast. So it's hard for me to remember what podcast I say things on.
Just talk.
Yeah. So. Okay. Next question. What's it called? So there was these kids, and you guys aren't going to believe the names, but they're real names. Derek Pandez and Alex Banana. Right. So these two kids were like the super
Okay,
cool
stop bullshitting, dude.
Panda
Just-
and banana.
Panda and Banana. Yeah, they were the cool kids at the bus stop, right? And I think this is more of like elementary school days, right? And I was trying to be friends with them, whatever. And one day I heard about the fight club that happens after the bus stop, whatever, at the bus stop after we get dropped off. And so I'm watching a couple fight clubs, and I'm like, damn, they're really going at it. You know what I mean? They're fucking punching and kicking and stuff. And then one day I decided to challenge Derek Pandez to a fight. And the first move I opened with was a double kick. You know, like the karate double kick. And everyone just started laughing at me.
Oh, right. Didn't you like jump and fall?
No, so I'm sorry, I had to fix the camera. Give me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna show us what you did.
Demonstrate.
Sorry, we're having technical issues. So, anyways, yeah. So I decided to join a fight one day, and I did a double kick, and it was like like Liu Kang. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where this fool like does the bicycle, and I was like, dude, I'm sick as fuck. I'm Liu Kang. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to do it, but the thing is, like, I don't want you to picture me doing a good double kick, right?
I wasn't.
It was literally me like maybe 3 inches off the ground, just going ha-ka-ka. And then everyone just started laughing at me, and everyone left, and we just went all home.
You were still like warmed up. You're like,
You caused the fight club
What's
to
going on?
disband?
Yes.
They were like, there's no way we cannot talk about this.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You caused everyone to talk about Fight Club.
And I wish there was some like hero arc to this where I was the dude that did a funky kick or something, but nobody talked to me. They were just like, whoa, that is irredeemable, dude. Like, this guy is just out of my life, dude, you know?
Damn.
That's unfortunate. Was this 8th grade as well?
No, this is like more 5th grade-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember. Sorry, what were you saying?
No?
There wasn't like a fight club, but there was this weird game kids would play at my school where it was like a tackle competition. You just get 2 kids. You try to get 2 kids around the same size, and they'd run at each other. And the game was literally just whoever knocked the other one down.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
I probably had similar games to that too.
Like what?
Like, oh, you guys ever do the game where like you press up against your friend up against a wall and then like push them really hard on the chest until they pass out?
Yeah.
I never did that, but I used to have a lot of friends that used to do that. And I'm not sure if they're living anymore. To be honest with you.
I remember there was 2 kids at my middle school that were the exact same height. They were tall for their age. And they played a game called Catapult where kids would line up and they would just swing this kid as hard to see how far they would go.
Yeah.
Broke a kid's collarbone.
Like
That's how far they go.
Yeah.
He got distance. He got like 6 feet in the air and just fell hard on concrete. And it's like, why wouldn't you do this in the grass at least?
Kids, bro. Kids.
But for you guys, what is a pillar of your support system, I guess you could say?
I mean, to be honest, it's my brothers and my mom. I mean, my dad is supportive too, but it's just the fact of how we grew up. Not only were we like always together, but we were like always moving around. So that's kind of what we had. Because even though I had friends like in school and stuff, like I said, we moved around a lot. When we were in town, friends were over more, but we were just so used to being like our own unit that's like kind of how it's always been. Even now, like even though we kind of like all live separately from each other, it's like still inherent to like.
Which explains how little Spanish you know. What about you, Ryan?
What's that even mean?
What the fuck? How does that correlate?
Because like in my support system, you were fucking like held accountable for your lack of Spanish, I guess. And I was also trying to make a joke, but yeah.
But you still don't know Spanish.
I know Spanish.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't say.
Because you're the only one that can prove me wrong, dog. What's up?
All right, hablemos español ahorita.
Hablamos, pues.
Okay, ¿qué quieres decir? Bro.
Próxima pregunta, dude.
Próxima pregunta. All right, dude. All right, okay. ¿Quién te enseñó español a ti?
A mi abuelo y mi abuelita.
Sí.
Sí, están muy chingado, güey.
Sí. Grandparents are chingado, güey. That's the song. I know you know Spanish.
Yeah, I proved myself right now, dude. ¿Cómo estás, Dominic?
Muy bien.
Oh, that's good.
¿Y usted?
Por favor. Yeah. No estoy tu maestro. Oh, fuck, shit.
No soy tu maestro.
Yeah, no soy tu maestro. Dame tú. Or dime tú.
Dime tú.
Yeah,
Sí,
dime tú.
yeah.
Yeah.
¿Y tú?
Oh, gracias para preguntarme. Estoy muy bien disfrutando la vida aquí en Studio M con Melvin Diaz, aquí a mi derecho. Y el Ryan Reyes aquí está también. ¿Cómo estás, Ryan? ¿Cómo estás, cabrón?
Yeah, you know Spanish, but you just speak it really weird.
I know. I'm trying my hardest, dog.
I don't know. That did remind me of this thing that me and my brothers used to do, where we would read the Spanish instructions on boxes.
Yeah.
And it would be the funniest thing to find a word that they couldn't translate, so they just put it in English.
Yeah.
Like on cake mix, there's no Spanish word for frosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, pon el frosting.
So it just says con frosting.
Yeah.
And that's how we would say it every time. We would say all the bits coming up to it and then be like con frosting.
That's good.
It's fun.
Does your Uncle George know how to speak Spanish?
Yeah, he knows how to speak Spanish.
Yeah, he fucking better, dude. He fucking better know how to speak Spanish.
I think you're on the
Talking to me
losing
like that.
side here. I think the audience likes George a lot more than they like you.
Oh, yeah, because he's 67, dude.
Comment below. Oh, yeah, because age matters, dude.
Yeah, people who tend to, like, you know, give to the elderly and you know, give more props to them. And stuff
I would
like
really appreciate a in-depth comment of the pros and cons of George and Melvin.
that. Bro, George... There's a rumor going around with George that he voted for Trump, dude.
It's not true.
No, he's not. No, I'm just kidding.
So, but speaking of cake mix, what are your favorite foods growing up?
Like Mexican foods or food in general?
Food in general.
I like pizza.
Pizza's probably like the GOAT. Pizza's like probably up
So,
there.
like, but growing up, you know, like you not a lot to look forward to in life, right? Wow, it's super depressing. But you know, you have those dishes your mom makes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, would she make pizza and it's like, Mom, or when your mom says like, what do you want to eat tonight? My go-to is ribs, because I think that's the funniest answer to say, right? Because a lot goes into making ribs. And my mom would get fucking, you know, my mom, she would get super pissed every time I said ribs, you know?
Yeah.
But my go-to for real was chicken and rice.
Yeah, rice.
Yeah.
Rice is probably my favorite food.
Yeah.
Dude, my mom makes the best rice.
Mexican or white rice?
Mexican.
Oh, okay. What about you, Dominic? What was your go-to food with your mom?
Lasagna.
Lasagna? Mm-hmm. Is that the same kind of like ribs answer? Be like, what do you want for food tonight? Something quick and easy. Lasagna.
I mean, it wasn't fun. It wasn't like a joke, but she would get a similar reaction where she's like, "No, that takes too fucking long." Like,
Dude, I had the best lasagna with a big meatball in New York that looked like.
I still only picture like someone dumping a meatball.
I know, just
onto
fucking
it.
plopping it down.
I
dude.
showed you the picture.
Yeah, actually my aunt Denise makes the best fucking meatballs ever, dude. Shout out my aunt Denise.
If you want context, go to the picture.
Yeah, pay money to fucking watch that shit.
But yeah, for me it was chicken and rice. Like it would just be regular
What
ass
type of
chicken, grilled chicken.
Okay.
And then white rice. And also I'm a chicken tender kid, dog. Are you guys like that too?
Tenders or nuggets?
Chicken tenders. You go to a restaurant and you get like the chicken tenders.
Well, I would need something with a little bit more spice, like a little bit more
As a
nuance.
kid, dog?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're fucking Melvin Ramsey, dog?
Dude, there was a weird minute when I was a kid where I was super into Caesar salads.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's like the best salad.
I'm still into Caesar salad.
That's
I'm a
like the
kid
most,
still.
yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah,
that's
but I'd be
delicious.
like 10 years, like we'd go to like, what's a restaurant where it's not inappropriate, but it was
Little
like,
Caesars.
they'd have a kid's menu and I'd be like, no, I'd like the chicken Caesar salad.
Yeah.
Like we'd go to like BJ's or something.
I hate to be a hater, but like Mexicans like to fucking like they fucking go hard for like anything that they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
That's like that shit's Mexican. Like so people always talk about how the Caesar salad is Mexican, but that food was Italian. Like he was literally in Mexico to like escape prohibition, but he was like that food's Italian. Like, the inventor of the Caesar salad is Italian. And I'm gonna piss off a lot of Mexicans that are proud of the Caesar salad for some reason.
I've never heard Mexicans claiming Caesar salad.
Dog.
They do?
They'll fucking claim anything that is Mexican.
Yeah.
Bubblegum?
Oh yeah. Well, bubblegum is Mexican.
My grandpa used to like really love Charles Bronson because he's half Mexican or a quarter Mexican or something. That fool was racist as fuck. But he was like, but he's Mexican, fool.
We gotta
Charles
stand by our
Bronson,
own.
the prisoner?
No, the actor that the
Oh.
prisoner changed his name to Charles Bronson after the actor.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Damn, that's trippy, dude.
That is insane. Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
All right, so going back, I thought food would be interesting, but no. My
like
bad.
food.
Yeah.
I love food.
Ask better questions.
Why wouldn't I did have a question about food. Did you, as a kid, have like a weird specific snack you'd make that wasn't necessarily like gross, but it was like really specific and it made that weird? You know what I mean? Like, no one here, I don't want to make that clear before your purposes, but I knew a kid who liked putting ketchup on Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. No.
I think the
I
fucking
thought you were
weirdest,
offended by me saying it's crazy.
that's the fucking the weirdest fucking thing I always used to do is dip French fries into my milkshake. That's really good.
No, but that is really good though. Have you done that?
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's
Is there anything
crazy.
like you
but
make
good.
at home? Like I remember one time my mom bought this thing of pre-cut pepperoni slices to make her own pizzas, and I would get a tortilla and I'd heat it up on the stove first, and then covered in cheese and pepperoni, and then heat that up in the microwave. You ever do like stuff like that?
So
like
a Mexican pizza.
yeah, that's what I called it.
No,
You never did anything weird?
I would try. I mean, like,
He's a fucking chicken tenders kid, dog.
I'm a chicken. I liked.
If it ain't chicken tenders, it's gonna hurt my tummy, bro. That's how you were when you were a kid, bro.
I like pan con mantequilla. Do you know
Oh,
what
yeah,
that
that's
is?
good, yeah.
it's just butter on bread, dog.
Oh yeah.
That shit was bomb, but I don't know if that's weird.
That's not weird at all.
I don't think
It's
I did.
actually one of the most popular poor people's food
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
I don't remember if you did it. I think Anthony tried it once. I don't want to keep claiming that my brothers did weird things.
Mustard.
But you ever do peanut butter and jelly on a tortilla?
Dude, there's
of
a
course.
fucking rumor going around that he fucking loves mustard, dude. I was reading all these comments of like, milk, but he fucking loves mustard. And I'm like, where's this coming from? I only watch the clips. I don't know. Where did that come from?
This podcast is over. I don't fucking eat mustard, okay?
Dude, I fucking heard, bro. It's all over TikTok.
Dude, people were leaving comments like on my other, like my
Yeah.
professional profile. I'll just like post like pictures that I took, and like I made like videos about like my artwork that I'm
Yeah.
like work really hard on. And then people just leave comment. I'm like, oh, cool. Somebody left a comment. Mustard.
Yeah, so this is like a camera 4iJ that I take photos at a 40-degree angle with the lights at the right direction. Mustard. That's
But
fucking
you hides
hilarious.
mustard in there.
Yeah, when does mustard come into play?
Yeah,
That's
I posted that one picture, or the pictures of Joel took for us.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, 8 out of 10, like could use more mustard, Doug."
Yeah.
Bro, hey guys,
That was
that's it's
kinda
not
funny,
fucking
but
funny,
just-
dude.
That one was a
hilarious.
little bit like 8 out of 10.
Could use more mustard.
It's a little.
Bro, watch it. You should get a sponsorship, dude, for all the mustard that you be eating.
I mean, if Heinz gives me the money, dude, I'll
Mustard
it up,
I'll
baby.
change my tune, dude. I mean, I've already talked about this. I don't care when it's on podcast stuff,
Yeah.
but just like let me have some peace, food. Like I'm trying to work here.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, it's like also a sign that you're successful is when you're getting random comments on your fucking shit.
that's true. I remember
It's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah, it reminds me of this time that like my cousin. So we have a cousin that he grew up in the foster care system, and so one time we were hanging out, all of the cousins, and he like saw like some kids that he was in foster care with, and so he went to go talk to him, and like we're fucking like teenagers, so we're little shitheads, and so he's like sitting there talking to him, like they're all reconnecting, and then like to like prank him or whatever, we went and like me and my other cousin like tapped his like the back of his knees so he could like buckle.
Yeah.
And so he did that, and then we just like kind of like did that and then ran away, and we're like ha 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 ha. And then when he got back, he was like we were like, did they laugh, and he was like, no. They were like, why would you do that? They were just like, that was weird, why would they do that? And that's how I feel when people leave fucking mustard comments on me.
They probably be checking back like every 30 minutes, like, did this comment get more likes? Did it get likes? It's like, no. It got 1 like.
Sorry, we're having technical issues. We are back, and we're talking about Latino households.
Yeah.
So, growing up, you grew up, everyone here grew up with their mom and dad, right?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah, you had
grew
your
up with their
mom
mom.
and then visitation.
Yeah.
Yeah. With me, I lived in a predominantly white neighborhood, But the neighbors, my first neighbor, like it was a new, like my parents are the first ones to live in that house. It was a new home, right? And the neighbors, the first neighbors that we ever had were this like Latina woman and white guy, right, with a little kid, Ivan. And I was hot shit, dude. Let's be straight up. You know what I'm saying? I was hot shit. It's like if I had to hang out with Ivan, I had an attitude about it. I was like, Ivan's stupid, dog. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Sounds like you were a bully.
Yeah, I'm a super bully. And I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'll go see what's up with Ivan today. This one day I went over to go hang out with Ivan, right? Because he was younger. You know what I'm saying? You know the hierarchy of kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
if you're more than 2 years younger, it's like, why am I even talking to you?
Yeah, fool's like, damn, fool. If anyone sees me, dog, I have to punch you. You know what I mean?
It's like you don't get how the world works. Yeah. You're in third grade.
As a fifth grader.
Yeah. And so I go to his house one day and I knock on the door just like, whatever, fool. You know what I'm saying? And then the mom comes to the door and she's like terrified and she opens the door and then she sees it's me and she gets very upset. And she goes, how dare you fucking knock on my door like that? What are you, the police? You know what I'm saying? And then that's how I learned my neighbor had a coke issue, dude.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a twist.
But I mean, also, Ivan was a little shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's running around, you know, causing her to go seek out help from drugs and whatnot, right?
I don't think I think it's the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, he was 2 years younger than me, though, dude.
Yeah, it's a little baby's fault why the mom does coke. Yeah.
I mean, this weird story. It has a slightly reversed ending. So we lived like near my old middle school for a minute. And I had a friend who lived down the street from me, and I would walk to his house every day after school. And he had a neighbor who they just bought the house next door. And the day that they moved in, they started covering up all the windows.
Yeah.
With like wood boards. And like no one ever saw them come out. And everyone assumed it was like a cracked in. But then you saw like kids coming in and out. It's like, fuck, that's not a very safe situation. And so one day he gets up the courage to like go over and check it out. And it turned out it was like, if some rich ass dude who had a house somewhere else, he turned that house into a sound studio.
Oh shit.
And he was just working out of there. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. And you seem like a much better person than I thought, but you still look suspicious as fuck. Like,
was he producing kids pop records or something? Kids coming inside and out.
It was his kids. Like they would come not work with him, but he'd bring him to work. And it's like fucking weird though.
This may be a shot out of left field, but is this the same guy you were telling us about when we were at that one guy's house and there was somebody next door screaming in their little studio?
Oh. No, that was, what's his name?
Martin Amini.
Yeah, but I'm saying you were starting to tell us an anecdote about somebody that did that also.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, you were telling us a story then, but I don't really remember.
I think it was a different story, but I don't remember.
We went for like a lunch meetup with Martin Amini. You know Martin Amini?
No.
He's a very funny comic from Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Super cool guy.
And out of nowhere, next door, all you hear is... I did it a lot better than what this fool sounded like. You know what I'm saying? If you have a death metal band, I'm you know.
Well, I think his
sounds like the zombies from Left 4 Dead, dude.
Yeah.
His was something else. It was like, I forget the name of the genre, but the term for his kind of squealing was pig squealing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever have kids in high school that were proud that they could, I know Ryan's proud that he makes sound effects. But
not these sound effects.
But no, there was like kids that they would like smirk because they would do like the pig squeal, like while they're walking through the halls, and then when they were done, they'd be like, they'd be like, I'm so good at this.
That was always the weirdest thing. Like, do you ever see Harold and Kumar?
Yeah.
That it was a thing where they were at the 7-Eleven and that dude just starts fucking squealing at them like a pterodactyl. He just goes, and they think it's the funniest fucking thing in the world. That's how these kids were. Yeah. They just like liked freaking people out for some reason.
Yeah, the pig squeal was a huge thing in high school. Mm-hmm. People would just walk down the aisles and be like, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, you're fucking like 18 years old, Doug.
Oh, so. This is when like Korn was really big.
Oh,
and then like bands, like hardcore bands like Screamo got really big and like different types of like screams were like really big when we were in high school.
Yeah, when I first heard "Freak on a Leash," dude, it fucked me up in the best way possible. Yeah. That song is so fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
It was so funny because I was good at like actual sound effects, so I'd be like walking in public and I'd do like a dog barking, like I can't do it right now, but like I could do like a legitimate if it's too loud for the mic, but I would do like a puppy barking and people would like looking around,
do it
like a and I would like cut my hand to hide it, and it was like from a distance it sounds legitimate.
Can you do a Hermes bark, dude? This will.
No, it's like super high pitched.
Dude, I don't know. You guys may not know Hermes. If you follow Dominic on social media, you know Hermes.
Yeah, my dog.
Yeah, Dominic's dog Hermes has a fucking bark that will never surprise me. Never not surprise me. You know what I mean?
Because he's a red heeler. He's an Australian cattle dog, and like they're like bred, like part of their makeup is like dingoes. I don't know if that's the reason why, but they're like they have high pitched like barks. So it always like takes people. They're always like fuck, and then I hate it too because it's like I hate people that like to excite your dogs and like that like to like make your dog bark or whatever. And I'm like, no, please don't.
Yeah,
you're fucking up my dog. Please don't do that.
You're giving him anxiety disorders too.
And then they'll like because they
like,
do shit. They'll like give him food, and I'm like, who the fuck gives another person's dog food like without like asking? And then now my dog won't eat his fucking dog food because he's waiting for people to give him like burgers and chicken and shit. Anyway, but like that's the thing is like they'll want him to bark and they'll be like speak, and I'm like don't give him any commands. You don't have any fucking treats with you. So. And then they'll speak, and then he just barks right in their face, and it's like, I can't do it, but it's like
it's crazy, and like after the fact, my ears like.
Yeah,
you know what
like acoustics of it are like unpredictable.
Yeah,
it's like the effect is the same as like a smoke detector that needs like a smoke detector chip.
Yeah. It's like beep.
Yeah,
but it's like just super high pitch, and it's like very like jarring.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
because I have a tiny studio. You brought him over one day, and I was like, "Can I say the word?" And you're like, "Go for it." And I was like, "Speak." And then I was like, "Ping."
You're like Saving Private Ryan at the beginning, where like he sees everything around. He just sees Dom. Dom's like,
his hands like.
It's like Saving Private Ryan, but I just see a dog in front of me, like.
He's just like. And what was that movie Get Out where he's just like, and like what's the command that she says for like so the guy like goes into the sunken place?
I forget. Sink or something.
Yeah, sink. The dog's like Gerardo, sink. And he's just like.
He has like big ass human eyes too. So he's one of those dogs with like people eyes.
I recently got a fucking half pit bull, half cane corso. So he's like 5 months and he's already like 80 pounds, dude. He's gonna be so big.
Crazy.
He's probably gonna be bigger than me.
Did you guys have any dogs growing up?
Yeah,
we had a dog named Felix. Our favorite dog was Andy. I've told stories about Andy before. He used to run like a little Chihuahua gang in the city.
In the city, dude?
Well, not in the city. Like we lived in Colton.
Yeah.
And so he used to, it was like a thing where we would leave for the day and like he knew our schedule. So like often, because we would live in Colton, we went to school in Baldwin Park. So like we never wanted to like let him out, but like he would just get out. And so he would just like run and do his thing. And then when it was like, we would get home at like 6 p.m. and then we would be like pulling up and he would like running up next to us. But sometimes like he would get out and instead of chasing him, because he was like, you know, he's a small, fast Chihuahua, so it's like you're trying to chase him and he'll run like across the fucking city. So we're just like, fuck it, we have shit to do. And then so we'd be driving around the neighborhood, like we'd go to the supermarket, and then one time I was driving home from like we took a new route because we went to like a pizza place.
Yeah.
And so we were driving home, and then my brother was like, "Is that Andy?" And it was him and a female dog like chilling on somebody's porch on their bench, and then there was like a little Chihuahua that looked like fucking Slowpoke Rodriguez, like this like really fucked up mangy Chihuahua that was like ooh, and they would run around town like all the time, and I was like, holy shit, he has friends.
Wow. That's weird. Do you guys have any other pets besides dogs?
I had fish, but you know, listen. Like, you know, people that are on our Patreon they know how my mom feels about animals.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She hates them?
Yeah, my mom hates pets. Yeah.
Why?
That's a great question for her, dude.
Why don't you call her up right now?
No, because she'll fucking go off.
She'll say some like hateful things.
She'll call them slurs.
Yes, she will.
Oh.
People posted photos in the Discord, and she learned how to react to them, and she thumbs down all of the pictures of the pets.
Yes.
So you don't have any pets now?
I don't. I want to get a dog so bad though.
Yeah.
I can see you with the dog.
I wish, dude.
Okay, you're texting.
I think the only thing we had was
We had fish and a snake.
Yeah, what's up, Mom?
Mama, what's up?
Hey, we're trying to. We're podcasting. You're on the podcast right now.
Be on the podcast.
Don't have you on the podcast?
Hi, Mr. Ardo's mom.
It's okay. Just give me a warning.
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 You're on the podcast.
Windows.
Hey, so we came up on the subject of pets.
Pets?
Pets like dogs and cats, animals.
Why would you call me on that subject?
Because apparently you're like the biggest fan of pets.
No, apparently you got the story wrong.
I don't know. I heard it directly from your son.
No, so I was telling the audience that you do not like pets, and Melvin asked me why, and I don't really know how to articulate why.
It's not my cup of tea. I like to travel. I don't want to worry about. I already had kids. I don't need pets.
Yeah.
I don't like to worry about somebody's got to feed them, somebody's got to love them, somebody's got to walk them. Fuck that.
Did you have pets growing up?
Sorry?
Did you have pets growing up?
No.
No.
No, we didn't because we didn't live in a big enough place
Oh, okay.
to have pets. But every time my brothers and sisters wanted pets, but I was the one that I couldn't care less.
Yeah. If you were to have a pet, though, what would it be?
A robot.
it's just a Roomba.
A Roomba?
A robot. That way I don't have to feed it or anything. The other thing about pets, like people that have snakes and shit like that, what the fuck is their problem?
Freaks.
It's like those things need to be in the wild. Why do you have to put them in a cage?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she's
Tigers.
Yes, I know I'm right. Ferrets and all these other crap. But I want to have a ferret. Just because you want to have a ferret doesn't mean you should have one.
It's true. She's right.
So if you were to have a pet, it would be a ferret, is what you're saying.
No.
Or a snake.
I wouldn't have a pet. Okay? If I was going to have a pet, by the way, I have 2 dogs in here now, ceramic dogs that the stager put in the house.
Oh, oh, that's hilarious. We just called my mom, and if I cut it out, it's because it was lackluster.
She was ready. She was like, no,
Yeah.
fuck
It's
them.
so funny though
pets.
that she is like, is it an analogy to dander, like pet hair?
Oh, the allergics?
Yeah,
Or-
what she was saying that her no,
Yeah.
because that's what you have, and it just reminded me of that story where she made you hug a horse.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a lot of horror stories, but when we were,
When we were there.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
so,
still your screen saver from my phone. I forgot about that.
yeah, when we went to the horse, my uncle's ranch, Dominic had a severe reaction.
Yeah, I get really bad hay fever. Like
Really?
I guess I'm allergic.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I don't know. Like I'm very sensitive to dust and pollen and like allergens and stuff. And when we went to what's his name?
Jose Cruz.
Jose Cruz. We went to his place and I was okay, but then when we went to like the far back end of the stables where it's like just the fucking like dust and hay is just like super fucking like concentrated, I was dying. Like my face was melting. Like his mom thought I was on drugs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I was just like, oh,
Yeah, I'm fucking faded.
yeah. But I was like dying the whole day.
Wow.
I had to like wash my face like 20 times.
And then when we went back to my uncle's for the get together for having food and whatnot, my mom was like, "Go take a picture with the horse. Go take a picture of the horse." And I was like, "No, Mom. Like, the last time. Okay, so this is fucking long story, but I was going to my uncle's a lot during the pandemic, right? And I had just broken up with my girlfriend, so I went over to my uncle's house, right? And I was telling my cousin about it when she was like cleaning the horse, like she was grooming or whatever. What do you brushing?
Brushing.
Yeah,
Grooming.
When she was brushing the horse, and I was like, yeah, so like she left me, and I don't know how to feel about it, and then like my eyes getting bigger. I'm like, and so whoa, what the fuck? Why am I? And she's like, oh my god, Gerardo, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm not even crying, fool, but like, why my eyes hurt? And then we went inside to go play Cards Against Humanity or whatever the game was, and I was just at the table like, not even able to open my eyes, and I realized that I'm probably allergic to horses, right? And it's not necessarily being around horses; it's like brushing the horse and what is it called? The dandruff. The dander that falls off of it gets on me and fucking right.
Yeah,
and so. Yeah, basically they were brushing the horse. I went outside. My mom forced me to take a picture, and like one side of my face was like fucking puffed up.
Yeah,
but he kept saying, "I'm allergic."
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna. And she's like, "No, you're not. Just take a picture." And then so finally he like took a picture. He's like, "Oh, a nice picture." And then he turned. He was like, "Rah." She's like, "Why did you do that if you're allergic?"
Yeah.
And then we played Risk, and he was just he looked like an evil like
It's like
dictator.
the biggest risk.
The entire time he was like, then so that's my screensaver when he calls me.
Dude, I had a leopard gecko growing up.
I had one of those, but I didn't feed it, and it died.
A leopard gecko?
Yeah, a leopard gecko.
That sounds like a weird disease.
Speaking of, no, it's a leopard gecko. Speaking of 8th grade, I tricked my parents, not tricked my parents, but I was just like, there was a 8th grade science competition, and I was just like, Mom, I need to get a leopard gecko. They're only $70 at Petco. This is what my science project is going to be about. So they got me one, and I just like studied how their left brain is different from their right brain, and I did a bunch of tests and everything, and it ended up being displayed at the science center, dude.
Cool.
Oh shit!
But that being said, I went to camp, and my mom was deathly afraid of it, and she didn't feed it, and it also died.
Well, I think I was gonna wait, but I think we just released it after a while, didn't we?
I mean, I can't imagine anything could happen after that, Ryan.
Well, I don't want to speculate. I saw a lizard that looked like it like a week later, but that's like
Probably its ghost.
it was living in the backyard. It was
just
living in
the
the backyard,
mold.
like feeding off the bugs, and it looked slightly better because it was eating on its own. I do remember there was a weird time where we didn't know that lizards liked salt. And my dad, I went on a trip with my dad, and he like scooped up like salt from Salt Lake, like the one you can walk on, you can physically take a chunk. And he just brought it home in a Tupperware for Dominic. He's like, here, and Dominic had no idea what it was for. He was like, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a thing where it's like, oh, you like, I found a nice rock, like kind of a thing. Like, oh, you like salt from Salt Lake, right? Like, I mean, I understand it, but it was also like, it's just like a Tupperware filled with salt.
Yeah, like you'd put a sandwich in. It was funny.
I mean, if it was like Himalayan salt, like from the top of a mountain, I'd be like, oh shit. It was like some Bobby Boucher, like salt, like healing salt or something.
Like cocaine salt.
Yep.
Yeah.
That nose salt.
Yeah.
No one calls it salt. Nose salt sounds painful as fuck.
Yeah. Growing up, the pets that we had ran away. You know.
Damn.
But one of them was hilarious. Like the guy I was.
Are you sure they ran away, or did your mom just let them go?
That's what I'm insinuating, dude. Yeah. Yeah. What's it called? The guy that I was talking about on the Patreon, my neighbor, my friend growing up, JJ, the one that, tried to look at my dick, was he came over one day, and I was like, hey, I got this new dog Spot, like come over and check him out, And then so I was like, you want a soda, dude? And he's like, yeah, sure. And he like closed the sliding door. And then outside, I went to go get the sodas and came back. And outside, he's just crying, screaming, running around because Spot's like trying to attack him. Yeah.
He probably tried to look at Spot's dick. To be honest with you, knowing this kid, yeah.
That's the one spot you don't go for.
Yeah.
That happened to somebody I know, but I don't remember what. But they like had a big dog, and it was just like, what was that?
Careful with breathing in the mic.
I was going to do it, but I'm not going to do it. I know I had like an affinity, or what's the opposite of an affinity?
Distaste.
Yeah, I didn't like dogs as a kid, but I was also really.
You could have just said that.
I was like, I was gonna, and then it just ADHD. I'm like, fuck. There's no opposite word for that.
Disdain.
And I got
Disdain. Yep.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't like dogs as a kid because I was really small. So anything above a medium-sized dog was very big to me and very like alarming to me because I hadn't learned about dogs yet. And our neighbors had a German Shepherd. And looking back, it was not that big. It was like a puppy. It was like a 1-year-old, like an 18-month-old. But for me, it was big, and it like didn't like strangers. Never bit anyone, but it got close to me when it was barking, and its jaw like scraped against my hand because it got a little too close, and like I never talked to that kid ever again after that.
Oh my God, dude! You know what? I had my brother's graduation party this last weekend, and one of the neighbors was there to drop off like a card, right? And growing up, like nobody, I was a wild kid, all right. So, I understand the disdain people have for me around the neighborhood. So this guy was like, his wife was like, "Hey, Jerry." People from my past call me Jerry. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
And so she was like, "Hey, Jerry," and then got in her car, not even waiting for me to say hi back. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then she just was already gone, right? And then her husband walked like from behind me and did one of those like turned around like talking to me things, but still walking towards his car, like, "Hey, how's it going, Jerry?" And then he got back in his car and he got out of his car and he goes, "Remember when you and the kids used to play stickball on the cul-de-sac?" And then he got in his car and I was like, "Are you guys staying for the party?" He's like, "No, we have to go for the," and then they just dipped out. But I remember he had the biggest property in the neighborhood. This is a big fucking talking point with the Zillow heads around, and so he had like 4 dogs on his property, German Shepherd, fucking Rottweiler, like big fucking dogs, right? Mm-hmm. Ones that protect your property, whatever. And one day I left JJ's house and I was just like skippity doo dah, dude, you know what I mean? Say it with me, skippity yay, right? And then out of
That's the line.
What?
Sorry, go.
What is it then? Skippity doo dah, skippity yay.
Is that
my oh my, what a wonderful day.
Yeah, it's skippity doo dah.
Skippity yay.
Skip it. What are you saying?
Skip.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail this.
Skippity boop bop bop.
It sounded like you said skippity yay the first time, and it's like it's not skippity yay.
Skip to the end, please.
And so I left JJ's house, right? And I was like on my way home. That's my way of doing it. I was doing the guys home. Yeah. And so Melvin's like, "Fucking stop it." And then so I was walking, and then out of nowhere I hear, but I'm like, turned around, and there's fucking 4 dogs chasing me, dude. Yeah. And so I fucking book it. I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? And then I run and like, for whatever reason, the front door was open in my mom's house. And I fucking slammed the door and I kept running, dude. I don't know if it was like a trauma response or what, but from the front door to the couch, and I just like let my legs like make me fall over the couch. And I was like, "Whoa, God, fucking And then my mom was like, "What's the matter?" I was like, "That fucking dog's chasing me."
Dude, what grade were you in? Like 12th grade?
No.
It's freshman in college.
It was yesterday.
No, I had to be like 9 years old, 8 or 9 years old. Yeah. It was one of the scariest moments of my life.
I mean, that's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
4 big ass dogs. One big dog, one dog chasing you is already terrifying.
Before, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had
Did you ever tell your neighbor?
I think I told my parents, and they probably talked to him.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, skippity doo, we play.
He's like, "Yeah, get your dogs in check, and also get your son in check." So fucking.
He's like, "Remember when we played stickball at the cul-de-sac? Nah, fool, I remember your 4 fucking dogs chasing me, dude."
That was like the most Truman Show shit. Like they're just going through the script, like "Howdy do,"
Yeah,
and then just fucking left. That's weird.
"Hey, what's up, Jerry?" It's just like you haven't slept since. You haven't been able to sleep good. Wow.
So like, family dynamics in like Latino households are already like very important. It's like a whole like collective mindset, right? We can agree on that.
Yes.
Like it's a big thing. I don't think I ever realized that until much later. I always thought it was just like I said, like we moved around all the time. So it literally was a lot of times like just me and my brothers. Like we didn't even really make friends with like the neighborhood kids because we didn't know if we were going to be moving or something. So there was into our 20s and into even today, there's just like pressure, right, to like be part of the family, and like all the holidays, all of the like vacations, and like you were saying earlier, I don't know if you said it on the podcast, but like we had family that we were close to, like my cousins and stuff, that we used to do everything together, and then they all moved to Texas, and it was just like see ya, like. That I don't know.
It's kind of like a slap in the face, but like obviously, I think for other cultures, it's kind of like my parents back in Michigan or like
I always thought that was weird. Yeah, I mean, like white families, like white American families. Well, did you hear this fucking thing on Twitter where like in Sweden they don't feed like the kids like your guests, like your like you're a kid and your friend comes over to play with you or whatever, and then it's like your mom's like, okay, it's time for dinner, and then like, but she won't serve your friend. She's like, oh, you have to wait until we're done.
Yeah,
that was like a big thing on Twitter this week. But that's how like Swedish culture is. Like they're very like don't like,
feed my kid.
Well, no, they're not like don't feed my kid. They're like, we're not gonna feed you. Like you have to wait. So like this whole like the reason I bring this up, that idea up, is the whole like individual like mentality. Like even like stuff like putting your parents in a home. Yeah. Like
yeah.
When they get older or just like, yeah, we have those are the fucking Wisconsin Jeffersons or whatever. Yep. Like that's very weird to me.
Yeah, we were talking about this off the podcast where it's like Latino families, like it's not unusual for like the grandparents to be living in the same house, or like your parents, you being like, you could be like 40 or 50, but your mother is still living with you. Like it's like no one bats an eye at that. Mm-hmm. While like with other, I realized that when I graduated high school, and a lot of my friends, a lot of my non-Latino friends were like, oh, I can't wait to like get away from my parents. Like I'm finally like, they were just so grateful to be away from their parents. And I remember being like, what the fuck? I'm gonna miss my parents. Dude, what the fuck? Like I'm gonna miss them. Like that's like the hardest thing about me going to college in another city is like, fuck man, I'm gonna miss my fucking parents. And I didn't realize that like a lot of cultures aren't like that. Like a lot of cultures, like a lot of white American families, like they expect, once you're 18, they expect you to move out.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like jokes about that. They expect you to move out. And I was like, that's crazy to me. And it's funny because it's like a running joke where like Mexicans like stay, like they live with their parents until their 30s, especially like Mexican men. And I also get like, yo, do something with yourself. Like don't just like lay around and do nothing and like just like leech off your parents or whatever. Like you should contribute to everything. But I will say like, what's crazy about that, like shaming somebody for living with their family is like, it's like poor people can only do so much to like compete, right? So it's like it's like the whole like people that get internships or people that get jobs in like places where they don't need to rely on income. It's because like also maybe like, yeah, you're out of the house, but like how many stories have you heard about like somebody's parents are paying for their rent, stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like, what's the difference in that versus like, okay, let me stay home, help out around the house, and then like not pay rent, but I'm still contributing and I'm trying to like follow my dreams.
It's like that Twitter meme of like, anytime there's a mention of like 30 under 30, you know what I mean? Like on Forbes, like, oh, I'm 28 and I already paid all my student loans back and I live in New York and stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, it's like, you read the article and it's just like, yeah, and then my parents gifted me a $20,000 loan to start my life off and da-da-da. And it's just like, well, yeah, no shit, dude. No shit. You should be in this fucking position if you had that fucking type of financial support, bro. Like, it is, yeah, it's crazy. It's like I told you, I think like the science behind it is like, a lot of Latino people were like, were living in smaller quarters. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it's like more natural for them to be around each other. And I think just like as far as like culture, like I think family is like really, really important to Latino culture. Yeah. At least it is for me, like 100%. Like that's like the most important thing. I don't give a fuck about a lot of things, but family's like for sure number one.
Definitely. And also it's pretty funny too how I don't know if this is true for your families, but when one person has a kid in a family, like everyone starts popping up kids, and then that's how you get the cousins. The cousins that are all close.
It's like a virus.
It's kind of true. Well, I haven't been in a relationship, but no, I do agree with you. Like the cousins that are in like those relationships, they start having kids and stuff.
Like my family, for instance, like my uncle Miguel, they had another kid, like maybe 14 or 15 years after their last kid, right?
Right.
And then my tia Nena had a kid, and then my mom had my brother, you know? And so it was like everyone had a kid in waves, and then my Theo Joel had a kid, and they had another kid right after that was around. All of it is basically within like a 6-year span, and that's the cousin group now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like we're the older ones, and they're the younger ones.
Well, it's crazy because I went to my Diaz house last summer or last fall or something. Anyway, my last year it was, because it was for my Tia's birthday. So we went, and like it was such a crazy realization to me, because there's like an extended cousins. So my cousin Andy and Alan are older than me they're like my mom's cousins, right?
Yeah.
So they're like 15 years older than me. And so I never really hung out with them. My older cousin Jesse hung out with them because he was a little bit closer to Alan's age. So it's like, you know how the groups are, like age groups wise. So like we were just too young to hang out with them. But they all started having kids, and it was such a trip for me to realize, because obviously like we grew up, we were the kids, we were the cousins and stuff like that. Like all the holidays revolved around us. And then I went to like my tia's birthday, and like all of them brought their kids, and my grandma was like talking to all of them. I was like, why the fuck are you talking to these people? Like they're like, I'm your grandson. Like it was such a weird thing to me. I got all jealous. Like, and it was like, oh, like they're the kids now. Like that's them, you know?
100%, dude.
Something
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah, something you were saying earlier reminded me of this funny story about. So like I said, I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood. I had a friend, Ben, when I was growing up, Ben Lee, and I went over for dinner one day, and his brother Rory was like a military head guy, you know, and his dad was in the military, whatever, fought in Korea, kind of thing, right?
Right.
And one day I went over for dinner because I would play video games over there, and his brother Rory, so his mom Teresa offered me a jalapeno, and I was like, no, I'm okay, thank you very much. And then Rory goes, when my mom offers you food, you eat it. Like all gnarly to me. And then his mom or his dad was like, hey Rory, what the fuck what are you doing?
Yo, bro, chill, dude. What the fuck?
And to this day I'll say that shit. I think I said it to you guys.
Yeah. You said, oh yeah, because like your mom offered me a burrito or something. I was like, I'm good, I had enough. And you were like, when my mom offers you food, you fucking taste.
But it was like 100% serious. Like looked me in my eyes and said, when my mom offers you food, you eat it. And I was like, I'm not ready for jalapenos, you know?
It's weird. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know. I definitely like the family dynamics of having like a big family, extended family, this like communal type thing. I mean, but you hear both sides to things. You hear about like the pressures of like sacrifice, you know, like not being able to do what you want to do because you feel the pressure, like you have to be there for your family, or it's like family before everything.
Well, I've always been jealous of big families. I don't have any cousins or aunts or uncles. It's just my parents and my siblings. I was always like really jealous, and like when like people would have family reunions and cousins and like uncles, and like you could just hit up your uncle for shit, or like you can hang out with your cousins. I feel like that's like super cool. I think that's just like, that's like really special. That's like really, really, really nice.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to talk about was the gravity of a Mexican household, where it's like, it's hard for, I can't fathom moving to fucking Texas. I can't fathom moving to New York because I'll be so far from my family.
Yeah.
And then, because also financially, it's like, I would want to come back and visit my mom.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think I could ever just like not be around. Like my parents, for instance, right now are moving to San Diego, right? And to me, it's kind of like I need to go visit every week because you don't know how long you have your family for, dude.
Yeah, no, that's so crazy because it's like I've worked really hard to like reconnect, because obviously there's like familial issues like for a while where I didn't have great relationship with my parents for one reason or the other, but then like the fucking quarantine really put things in perspective, and like I have made more effort in the recent years to do that. But part of it wasn't this video, but this video, I'm sure you guys have seen it. It was like on TikTok a bunch, but it's like this.
Gary V.
No, it wasn't Gary Vee.
Sorry,
No. It was like one of those like it was like from one of those like motivational pages where they just post clips of like motivational speeches or whatever. It wasn't Gary Vee.
Oh, okay, I'm saying
it wasn't like give when a client walks in, you give them a free fucking bottle of wine and
lollipops are very effective.
Yeah. Go to yard sales. Go to yard sales and fucking flip everything 10 times 10.
I'm fucking telling you. Stop pussyfooting around and hug your fucking dad. And then you'll make $10,000 in a month. No, but it was this thing. This guy was saying to what kind of like what you were saying about you just don't know. He was like, how often do you visit your family? And he's like, twice a year. And he's like, so he was like, how old are your parents? They're like 70. So he's like, let's say average person lives to 80. And so they're 70 right now. Instead of saying, oh, I have 10 more years with my parents, it's like you only see them twice a year. So now it's like, oh, I only have 20 more chances to see my family.
Yeah. You know what? I think it was a stand-up comic that did this.
Oh, was it?
Yes, because I've seen the same thing.
Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know who it was. I just assumed it was like one of those.
They probably just added like some footage to the.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it was a podcast, and like they added like the like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, my dad.
Yeah.
My dad. Yeah, but that like really like I was like, oh shit, you're right. Like so it really is like the time is what you make of it. And so like even now, obviously it's super important. I think one of the biggest pitfalls of like the Latino family dynamic is like boundaries. Like it's really hard to set up boundaries because it's like, yeah, of course I'm always going to be there. Of course, like with us, you know, there's been a lot of struggle in our family, and it's been like a recurring thing where like we're all kind of hustling and like to get out of the struggle, and then like there's the pressure of like once somebody starts to like make it, then it's like, oh well, that person has to like take care of everybody else. So it's like constantly everybody taking turns of like fulfilling that role. Yeah. And so it became a thing of just like setting up boundaries where it's like, hey, I'm not at a point where I can take care of everybody. I have to be able to take care of myself. So that's like been really hard. But at the same time, it's just like, yeah, boundaries are important, but also like, I understand that this isn't going to be the same for everybody. Some people have had like super traumatic experiences that they can't like work through that easily. Feel very fortunate in that end, because some people, the best thing is like, unfortunately, to cut off their relationship with their parents. But it's like, I feel like I'm at an age and in a circumstance where I can like look at myself and say like, okay, stand up for yourself, but how much of this is on you? Like, how much are you just like, at a certain point, you just got to let things go. And that was the thing that I realized, like I didn't really truly start to like rebuild a relationship with my dad until I was 28. And cause I had like a lot of like unprocessed emotions about like my parents splitting up. So, and I held on to that from when I was like 16 to 28. So it was like that whole time, my whole like becoming an adult was like, I was like, yeah, I don't like really care to have a relationship with him. And then I was like, when I had that realization when I was 28, I was like, holy shit. And I like started crying. I called him and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's like
Dad, Gary Vee told me to hug you.
Dad, I just sent you a TikTok. Did you watch it?
Gary Vee told me you're gonna make me $10,000.
Gary, if you watch this TikTok, we'll make $10,000. Dad, I love you.
He said if I don't call you to tell you I love you, I'm a bitch. But yeah, to that end, it's just like, yeah, just spend time with your family. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's important. Sure. It is important. And this whole like individual mindset is very strange to me. And I think it's, I don't know, just when it's like white Americans in particular are like this, because I know you hear this all the time from like Asian families and even black families and I mean, immigrant families, like in a lot of like non-white countries, like that's the dynamic, is that you take care of each other.
Yeah. And like now that I think about it, all my friends, I have quite a few that have moved to LA from another place. All of them are not Latino. They're all white, black, Asian, other ethnicities. I don't know not one Latino person that moved from another place in the country to move to LA by themselves.
Yeah, a lot of times it's like your family will come with
like,
you.
Like you say, like I can't imagine moving somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? That's the reason why. Like I can't imagine living anywhere besides LA. Not only because I love LA and I was born and raised here, but like my family's here. Like I can't. You know what I mean? Like anytime I talk about moving somewhere, I always say like maybe for like a year or two, like, and then I'm always gonna come back because this is where my family's at.
Yeah, I definitely had the same realization you had when my grandpa passed away. Because when my grandpa passed away, I know exactly how much my grandpa means to me, you know?
Right.
I know that I did cherish every moment with him, and I really thought about it while it was happening. But when he passed away, I couldn't remember the last time I saw him or the last thing I said to him or anything that really... Oh, I did send him a Gary Vee video, though.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
And I think that's why he heard $10,000 and he passed. I'm just kidding. No, but honestly, I don't remember the last interaction I had with my grandpa. And it was bothering me because also like I would always help him out with setting things up, you know? And I enjoyed doing that. And there was no resentment towards my other cousins that they wouldn't help or whatever, because they sometimes would, you know?
Yeah.
And or the prioritizing of what's important, you know? Because you don't put that on other people, you know?
Yeah. But it's also like you're spending time with your grandpa, so it's like...
The reason why I didn't like doing it is because he had a little Chihuahua shorty that would bite me on the leg, and I don't like that. And this fool wouldn't do it to anyone else, dog. You know what I mean? Fuck Chihuahuas, dog.
I love Chihuahuas.
I love Chihuahuas too. They're beautiful, but like shorty, like they don't like me. What is it about me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just kidding. We just started roasting the shit out of you.
The way you smell.
Whoa.
You look at Ryan. Why did you
I
say
thought we were
that?
gonna go together on this.
Yeah, dude.
Oh. Cut my collar. Oh.
But I was like, I couldn't for the life of me remember the last time I had seen my grandpa. Oh God, Jesus, that's so disgusting.
That's why they chewing on your ankles.
That's one of the Chihuahuas like.
Don't stop fighting.
And so I know like we would spend our birthdays together. His birthday is the 20th of October, mine's the 21st, and we just grouped that together every year. And like I remember that happening. I remember New Year's or Christmas rather. We always go to his house for Christmas, and then he passed away on January 21st. And it was like, when was the last time I saw my grandpa? Or what was the last thing that I said to him? Did he say anything profound on the way out? You know, like, you know, you better stop, being so flatulent or something, you know? Anything. I was like grasping at this, like trying to figure it out. So, and then with my grandma, she passed away 11 months later. And they are, like, when I asked you guys what are pillars of your support system, they are the pillars for me of my support system growing up. You know, I would stay with them whenever I needed to stay somewhere else. And I, until it happened, I couldn't imagine a life without them. And even then, it's still like, I was at my brother's graduation the other day, and my tia Lucy laughed, and she's my girlfriend, my grandma's sister, right? And so I heard like an auditory response of my grandma laughing, and then all I could do was go, oh, like, whoa, that's so trippy to me. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop talking.
No. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to add to that, but it's something that I have grown to appreciate more. I think especially for like our age group of like millennials is like not just being millennial, but like we're like second, third generation, and a lot of being like Americanized or whatever is like kind of resisting that culture. Like it was like a thing in the 2000s where it's like so many movies by people of color that were like the whole plot was like, I want to break away from my fam. Like I want to reject my like traditional family values and embrace like American values. It's a really weird thing. And I think now more than ever, like people, as we're like getting into our 30s and 40s, it's like people are definitely like going back to like, no, actually that fucking like individual mindset is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And family is important, you know. Shouldn't, I don't know how to put things, because like there definitely needs to be a balance, and for sure.
No, yeah, it's important to realize that before it's too late.
You can have a best of both worlds, though. You can be an independent person that enjoys being with their family. Yeah. I don't think that like the separation from your family should fuel your ambition to become your own man. Like that doesn't make sense to me, you know?
Well, like Ryan, you haven't said much. Do you have it? Sorry, because I have a lot to say, but I want to make sure you are heard.
I mean, nothing right now. No, I'm thinking.
Okay. Like, no, to that.
I'm thinking about taking a nap now.
No, I'm good.
Well, I just think about like coming of age stuff where it's like, I remember a big thing in like Native culture, you know, there's a lot of things in Native culture where it's like, yeah, you have strong like family, dynamics, but there's like coming of age things where like you would have to like leave and be on your own for some time and like fend for yourself, and then but then you would like come back, you know, with that new experience, you know, and now like the family dynamics change and everything, but now you're like a different type of member of the group. And I think that, yeah, it definitely is important to like go off and be independent and embrace like your dreams and discover yourself as an individual. But that doesn't mean you need to like fucking cut people out of your life to do it, or like, you know, I don't know, cut yourself loose. I don't know what the metaphor would be, but you guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I do know what you're saying with like the whole mainstream media. Like basically every single fucking Disney movie is like that, where it's just like the main character's like, I have to get away from this family so I could find myself. And you know what I mean? Like it's like at the end of the day, they start to realize like, holy shit, dude, I fucking love my family. But now that I know myself, I can love them to the best of my abilities. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you don't know yourself, or you're suppressing who you really are, then you're no use to nobody.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't want to get all conspiracy theory too, but the whole like pushing the idea of a nuclear family, like that benefits the workforce and fucking like credit, like housing, like the economy. Yeah. Like the more people that are like buying houses and stuff, that stimulates the economy. It does, you know, if you're fucking 30 Latinos like living in one house, like that's not gonna benefit the economy. But it's like, you know, it's definitely a thing that I feel like is economically driven, and it's damaging.
Yeah. Did you want to say something, Ryan?
I mean, it was going back to earlier. I don't know if it's the right context. It was just more of we were talking about moments where we realized like how important connectivity is. And I used to be really close to my cousin before he moved to Texas. And it was a thing of like, when we were kids, we spent almost every weekend together. If it wasn't with my dad, it was with my grandma, and my cousin would come too, or I'd spend the night at my cousin's during the holidays. And then they moved to Texas, and he'd still visit like once or twice a year, and we'd try to like hang out. And then I think by the time we both exited high school, it was different. Like he had a job. I was at the time going to school, and then we met up maybe 4 years ago, and it was just like a thing, I think, for the both of us. I mean, for us, because me and my little brother, him, one of our other cousins, and I think his like second cousin used to hang out like almost every weekend. And then they came to visit us, and this is like when me and Donna weren't just starting. We were like had been doing it a couple of years, but we were doing stand-up, so they came to see us at our show. And it was like awkward, because it was like it didn't dawn on any of us, but it had been like 6 years since we like talked to each other. And it was like kind of not meeting someone new, but running into someone that you just haven't seen, and like they're a new person now.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yep. It's so funny, dude. I hate when anyone goes anywhere and they're like, "Oh, it's so cheap out here." It's like, okay, what do you say to that, dude?
Have you been to Portland? I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, it is a weird thing. I mean,
I cannot move out of LA. This is my reality, dude. Yeah. I don't give a fuck how cheap groceries are in Portugal, Miguel. You know? Like, I need to be here. Yeah. This is where I'm at. Yeah. I could never separate from my family in that way. Yeah. And maybe I could. I don't want to find out tomorrow, dude, you know?
Yeah. Family, career, roots, all that shit.
It's also Los Angeles. Like whenever
the best city in the fucking world, dude.
Whenever I leave Los Angeles, I get homesick immediately. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I don't like it to be anywhere more than 3 days.
Yeah. I always trip out like I don't know how else to explain it, and then people were like, "Oh, well, it's just because you live here because it's like familiar," but it's not. It's something more than that. Where it's like, I don't know if I said this in the California episode, but whenever I visit a new city that's not like LA, like proximity, I'm always like, these streets are fucking weird. Yeah. Like the layouts of the roads are like don't make any fucking sense. Like I can get lost in Los Angeles for sure. But like the roads make sense, but when I'm in fucking San Francisco or Washington or Portland or like anywhere else, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Who designed this town?
Yeah, it's also
who
made you? LA has a weird grid system because it still uses grids, but they like because of how they expanded, they're colliding against each other. Like there's a street in Baldwin Park. It's if you're following it on a map, it makes sense. It's a straight line, but when you're driving, you think you're facing east, and then the farther you go down this one street, suddenly you're facing north, and you're like on a completely different side of town. Like the roads align weird. Like Baldwin Park is on a grid, but it's diagonal to every other city against it, so it's confusing.
I mean, I'm not trying to get into a conversation about
I mean, what else can we say? This place is awesome, dude. Even the roads are kind of crooked.
No, what I was getting at is
even the roads aren't straight, dude.
It's also a thing of like major cities have their own sort of ecosystem that works differently place to place. Yeah. So there's literally like not a biological, but like a physical component to it.
And even when people talk shit about LA, like these politicians are taking advantage of the people in LA, which could be true, but it's like, dog, they're not the people of LA I'm talking about, dog.
Yeah.
Bro, you know, the worst days in LA are better than the best days anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but yes.
That's 100% true, bro.
From my experience, the best days I've had outside of LA, I'd rather be depressed as fuck without the air conditioner working in my studio apartment, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Not having.
Sounds like you're going through that right now.
No.
You know what's a funny phenomenon though that I think I didn't realize it wasn't just me until I met like Armando Torres, but like how many Californians have never seen falling snow.
Oh yeah.
You can see snow, but you've never experienced like nighttime when it's snowing. Yeah. And it's like that fucking scene in Edward Scissorhands.
It's beautiful.
Every one of them does it. I guarantee you, if you've met a Californian who hasn't seen it before,
I started crying.
You take them somewhere where it'll snow and you wait for it and they'll do the shit where they'll spread their arms and start spinning. I swear. It's the funniest fucking thing.
I was in a parking lot in Ohio when it started snowing at night. I started crying. It was the most beautiful thing ever. It was beautiful. It was the first time I went on tour, bro. I was already like 21, and I was just tears were coming out of my eyes seeing snow fall out of the sky for the first time.
I make fun of people that go to the beach and then stand along the pier and like stare at the ocean, and then they start crying. Like, you fucking loser. This shit's always here, dude. Yeah. This shit's pretty dope.
Every single day. Sunset to sunset.
Yeah, and then also the sunsets here, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the sunsets on the west.
We're 30 minutes from the beach, 30 minutes from the mountains. Like, it's perfect. Yeah. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, dude. The city's a 10, dude. I don't know about the people in it. The city's a 10, dude.
You know the city is a fucking 10. Shout out to everyone that's not from LA.
A lot of people in it aren't from here.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Yeah. That's probably like the worst part.
But they acclimate. The city like has its own reputation for tourists or whatever you want to call them, outsiders.
Filtering.
You know?
It filters the...
But that's a topic of conversation for people that live here. They're like, oh, really, fool? Fucking, where are you from? Redding, California, dog? That's not LA, fool. Fuck you, dog. What's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not LA, but...
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
But we are in downtown right now. We're at Studio M in downtown LA.
Yeah. Smack down in the middle of LA, baby.
Yes, sir. Which is cool because on the way here, I drove through downtown. I saw a lot of angry people.
Yeah, a lot of angry
But
people.
that's Los Angeles, dude.
You were like driving on the wrong side of the road.
He's like on his phone, and people are like, hey, what the fuck? He's just like, bro, people
from
downtown
California
LA
are
fucking
angry.
angry, dog.
It is funny when somebody has the audacity to point at your car. You know what I mean? When they're just like, this fool, yeah, that fool, that's the one I'm talking about, dog, right here. And it's like,
I almost
dang.
got in an accident on my way here.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
Why?
Like, literally, I didn't bring it
That's
up.
LA, baby. What happened?
Why?
No, some dude just tried to fucking make a left turn from the second lane on a one-way street.
That's LA, dude. That's
Yeah,
LA,
that's LA,
baby.
dude.
Yeah, that's LA.
And he was like looking at his phone, like looking for directions or something. And I was like,
That fool was probably from Redding, California, dog.
Yep.
only in Los Angeles.
Only in Los
That's
Angeles.
LA, baby.
That's fucking
That
Ralph.
happened to my little brother once. We were driving to the movies and we were going down the street and we were about to hit the light and there.
I'm just like,
Oh my God, don't do that.
These mics do smell like coconut. I don't know why.
Anyways, we were saying,
We were passing a plaza that's like right before the light, and this dude in I sung a little bit. This dude in I think it was a Bentley, but it was like a luxury car, was at we had stopped right before the light. There's one car directly in front of us. There's like this much space between the two, and this dude, just seconds after we stopped, pulls up to the drive-thru, and then he slowly continues to creep out of the driveway. And when my little brother doesn't back up, he starts going beep. Like he starts softly honking, and then he gets more and more aggressive. He like gets out of his car and he's like, "Can you back up? I have to get through." And he's like, "No." Like that's not how traffic works. I also have to get through here. I'm at the light. And it was like he was angry that he didn't back up after the fact. It was like if he was creeping in and that guy got there first, that's one thing. But he was there for like almost a minute before that guy even showed up.
Yeah.
And he was just expecting him to back out. And of course, it was like an old white guy.
yeah, dude, I was in Silver Lake the other day and I was on a one-way street where there was a car coming this way. But you know how like you turn on a one-way street and it's like, surprise, the car's coming the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
And so this car was coming the wrong way. And then I was like, oh, he's in a situation, he'll figure it out, right? So I'm just waiting in my car, playing a song or something. And then I see him get out of his car and come towards mine. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? And so I got out of my car. I was like, what's up, Doc? He's like, hey, back up. Don't make a scene. And I was like, you're the one out of your car right now. I said that with like my voice cracking. I'm like, you're the one that got out of your car. And then I just got in my car and backed up. And then on the way out, he was like flipping me off. Right now, there's a girl that's in like a Prius that's like seeing this whole thing, and she's eyes glued, dog, just like this. Silver Lake too, so they're not from here.
Yeah,
they're all
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
from Connecticut or something. And so I pull straight through the one way, and I'm trying to park in a spot right here. And so I was gonna back into a spot, and then right when I went to go back in, a car's reverse lights went on and it started backing towards me, and I was facing a street light, so I was like stuck between a street light and a car backing out. And then I was like, oh fuck, and I was stuck, right, and the girl was watching me still. Right. And then all she has seen is that this guy got out of the car and I got out of the car. Right. And then so I get out of my car again and I go to the guy. I'm like, hey, bro, can you pull forward really quick? I'm stuck between the streetlight and you. He's like, no problem, dude. Keto, you know? And then I'm walking back into my car and the lady goes, what are you doing? And then I was like, sorry about that. And then she just stared at me and she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're like yelling at me and through her car. And I was like, fuck Silver Lake, dude. This place sucks. Right? No?
No, yeah. I mean, mind your fucking business.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that though, because then you become the mind your fucking business guy. You know what I mean? And I'm already that guy without even seeing, like, without me even talking. Like, oh, this guy's gonna tell me to mind my own business. You know?
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Like people, like if I don't know, what are you doing?
Yeah, don't scream. What are you doing? Oh, and that was the thing too. For the rest of the day, I had that shrill voice in my head. What are you doing? Like on an echo, just like repeat.
Yeah.
Who made you?
Yeah, people that come to Los Angeles need to learn how to drive
Yeah.
And mind their own business too.
and mind their own business.
Also, if you go down the wrong way on a one way, hold yourself accountable, dude. Just back up, homie.
Yeah.
Nobody else is coming your way, foo. You know what I mean? It's a one way, dog.
Yeah. I would have just sat there. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're like on a time crunch or whatever. So
That and also I don't want problems. I don't want problems.
Yeah.
I don't want what are you doing? Like at fucking 11 a.m. You know what I mean?
yeah.
What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't want problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true.
Straight up. I'll move.
I wonder what would happen if you just look at it and go, I don't know.
I wish. There's so many things you could say in that moment. Like, what are you doing? Speaking of you, what are you doing? Look at that makeup you got on. You know what I mean? Right?
What are you doing matching autumn colors with someone? Like, you're just roasting her.
What are you
outfit?
doing? Fucking Jersey Mike's for breakfast?
yeah.
Anyways, all right. Well, that's been the episode. We're here at Studio M in downtown LA. I feel like I expressed myself. How do you guys feel?
I feel good. Dude.
Yeah, I feel good.
We got a lot. We talked a lot of.
Like I said, we had a guest cancel on us, so we just kind of like meandering for this episode.
You don't have to just you don't have to say that stuff.
We got a guest cancel, so that's why this
I
episode's
like
so
being
far.
prepared. I like being prepared.
I understand
you know?
that. I understand that, but you don't have to be like, oh, I'm sorry.
It's not an excuse so much as it is a fucking goddamn Jesus Christ. Like, it sucks. It sucks. It happens. It sucks. Right?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
So we had a guest drop out on us today, and so we weren't really able to prepare for the episode today. And
Maybe you should mention it one more time before we clock out.
oh, that a guest dropped out on us?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So, but we'll have hot episode next week. Next week, what the fuck, dude? Next week, oh my god, dude, are you ready for that? What are we talking about next week, Dominic?
Zoot Suit Riot.
Oh, Riot. Throw out a bottle of beer, right?
I don't know this song.
The Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
I don't know the band.
Dude, that's gonna be a great episode. Zoot Suit Rights.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna talk about Zoot Suit Rights. We might have a fucking Zoot Suiter here, dude. They probably might drop out too, though, because leave a comment below. Guess who dropped out on our episode, dude? Yeah.
Yeah. Big name.
Any of you
Big
got,
name.
What? Say it. Ryan, say it.
I was gonna say, if you got this far, what was your childhood pet? Are you pro pet, etc.?
Oh my god, dude! If you heard that, he asked, "What was your childhood pet?" But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and listening and rating and reviewing and dropping out of the episode today. We love you guys, and again, we'll see you next week. And from us at Studio M, don't fly.
Yes, my podcast.